Hey guys, I'm going to unwrap my my rendition of Otzi's bow that I backed with rawhide. I can't leave that there. That's you wood. I got kids. But yeah, so give me a second here. I'm going to start unwrapping this puppy. It looks like it's seated pretty well overnight. Alright, well. Okay, well, I just took off the tip and so far the rawhide looks like it stuck very well with just hide glue. Hide glue is some amazing stuff. So let's continue to unwrap this puppy, eh? This is natural rawhide, so it's not the prettiest. Okay, I noticed some wrinkles here and I just went to move them and they moved, so this is not ready yet. It seems softer than it does up here. You know, this spot right here seems wet still. I can always wrap it again here in a second though. I'm really curious. Okay, well, here it is in the sunlight. And it's kind of like wet in a few spaces. See that? How it's like wrinkly there? It's still kind of wet right there. And then up here where it was wrinkly, it was still kind of wet too. It's almost like softer. In this area right there where I push my thumb, it feels like leather. Up here it's like hard, like a rawhide drum, you know? So I think it's okay to take the wrapping off because it's not coming up on the sides or anything, but it's just not fully dry. The rawhide, I think the glue dried. But I just don't think the rawhide dried. But I'm going to keep unwrapping it and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so I'm unwrapping this stave, as you guys said before. Now I'm on I got all the t-shirt part off. I don't know if you can see that. It's seated really well. The knot's all crazy sticking out the side, and I may grind some of that down, but for the most part it's seated really well. So now I'm trying to get it off of this end. It's not totally dry, so I need to let it finish drying. The rawhide itself, the glue dried and it's stuck down. That's why those wrinkles are stuck in it. But the rawhide itself is still moist in some spots. It's not hard yet. So obviously I wouldn't be bending this. I'm not going to be tillering it until I can figure out a warm place to do it in without breaking the bow. But I may have to do a vine maple build along until it gets a little warmer, because I can work on vine maple in the house without having to worry about toxic wood around that.
A cute little baby.
Hey, buddy!
Say hi.
Alright, so anyway, came out really well, and these are the spots that I was worried about, was like these really ridiculously lumped up knots. And you see how good it's seated on it? I was really worried about that. Like, I was even reading an article the other day where somebody was like super worried about rawhide backing an Osage bow that had a lot of knots on it on Primitive Archer, and I was like, I'm kind of glad that it's seated around the knots really well, because I was worried that it wasn't gonna. There's one more worry spot that I've got right here in the center. Let's just go ahead and get to it. Wow, look at that. You can see the wood. You can see my pencil lines underneath it. I didn't think you could see that, or I obviously wouldn't have left them there. Whoops. This is the center. The overlap is just below center. Right there, and you can see that's all overlapped. And you can see what I'm talking about, but there's a couple of little holes. That's what I was talking about in the other video. But it's just below center. So this is where the handle will be. Like about in there somewhere, about like that, in between my two thumbs. So my 2 fingers would be the handle of the bow. There it is, guys, rawhide backed yew wood. Now after a few more days of it drying and getting to be real nice and hard as a rock, because I can feel some soft spots in it, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a rasp and I'm going to take it along the side like that, and I'm going to get rid of the stuff that hangs over the edges, all this. I'm going to rasp it off to where it's just on the back of the bow. So yeah, it should be really pretty. It should look really good. But there it is, guys. I rawhide backed it.